my name is Yashwandan Baru, and today with me, y'all are going to be presenting a fermentation experiment. So without any further ado, let's get started. So for this experiment, you will need about 5 to 6 balloons, 1 cup of flour, half a cup of active dry yeast, half a cup of glucose, 1 to 2 bottles of water, about 3 to 4 spoons, cups or measuring cups. A heat plate or a liquid petroleum gas system would also suffice. And finally, 5 flasks or bottles. So guys, the first step is to take some water and pour it into flask 1. And then add some yeast into it. So now let's just keep this aside. So now for flask 2, we're going to be again adding some water. Adding some glucose. And adding some active dry yeast. And now for flask 3, we're going to again add some water. Again add some glucose. And again add some active dry yeast. But this time the change is that we're going to be boiling it for 3 minutes. So guys, now I'm going to be pouring flask 3 into a container so that I can boil it. Just for your reference guys, here is a 3-minute time-lapse video of me boiling flask 3. As you can see, by the end of this video, froth is starting to form. And now I'll be pouring the mixture back into flask 3. As all can see, boiling it for 3 minutes has made the mixture extremely hot. And now again we're going to keep flask 3 aside. So guys, now for flask 4 we're going to be adding some water and glucose. 2 full spoons of glucose. And now we're going to keep this aside too. So here we have flask 5 in which we're going to be adding again water, active yeast and flour. And now we're going to keep this aside too. So now we'll be adding the balloons to the flasks. So guys, as you can see, we've added the balloons to all of these 5 flasks. Now we're going to put all of these under observation for 24 hours. And we're going to see which one rises the most. As you can see, flask 2, it's barely been 15 minutes and it's already started the process of fermentation. So catch you back in 24 hours. So guys, here is the fast forwarded video of the 24 hours we put the 5 flasks under observation. It can be observed that over just a period of 24 hours, all 5 of these flasks have gone under major changes. So guys, after collecting all of these results, what have we noticed? We noticed that flask 2, which consisted of yeast, glucose and water, had completely blown up just in the beginning 15 minutes of the experiment. Yet, on the other hand, flask 3, which consisted of the same elements and was boiled, did not cause the same reaction. Why so? It's simple. Flask 2 consisted of yeast, glucose, and water. Enzymes. Enzymes are proteins that speed up the rate of a chemical reaction in a living organism. And two types of enzymes are present in yeast, which are maltase and invertase. Therefore, the yeast speeds up the reaction by breaking down the glucose into amino acids and then further causing these amino acids to react with the water present in the flask in order to form carbon dioxide, which, as we know, is a gas. And this gas is the reason the balloon blows up. But in the case of flask 3, there is no presence of yeast since it was denatured, which means it was killed during the process of it being boiled, and hence the reaction wasn't able to occur. Here is a more complicated diagram of fermentation. But that's it for today. I hope you guys learned about fermentation.